Chapter 18. The God in me is me. At around the 6-month mark of my journey, I experienced another significant turning point that further deepened my appreciation of this whole experience. When I started this paid in full journey, it was entirely about repaying my debts. I knew that I had to break through limiting beliefs and subconscious patterns that were perpetuating my situation. I knew that. I imagined that it would be hard, and part of me was afraid that I would achieve my goal but still have that old germ of a debt seed inside of me, that perhaps I'd fall back into my old patterns helplessly and we'd meet again in a year or two and I'd be deeper in debt than ever. I was unconsciously postponing joy because I believed that I needed to be debt-free in order to fully enjoy my life. But I was prepared to do the work, whatever it took to free myself. What I wasn't expecting was the depth of immersion and understanding of the law of attraction. Everything made perfect sense to me, and I really was getting a handle on how powerful we are as humans to create our own reality. The holes in my knowledge in this respect were being filled, and I was beyond excited that I was developing my sensitivities and ability to interpret my feelings and my results. Whenever I experienced a negative feeling or an unsatisfactory result, I was all over it. I was actually having so much fun with it. I was helping my clients too. At the end of a fun and insightful session, during which I helped my client discover her limiting pattern of thought, she said to me, "Sanae, I love how your brain works." I realized that I had changed how I think. I had created shifts in how my brain processes information, and it felt so empowering. Then I awakened even more. A simple realization that felt like the icing on the cake of this whole enlightening process occurred around 6 months in. We were on the motorway, Jeremy in the driving seat, heading for a week away in a quaint English cottage in the Cotswolds. Bliss. I was excited to be spending a week with everyone together as we'd arranged this break with Mum and her husband Paul. As we were bombing down the motorway, Jeremy accidentally missed our motorway exit. We both did that, "Oh, how did that happen?" thing as we looked from the sat-nav to the road and back to the sat-nav. We drove for a bit in silence, Jeremy fully focused on where next to exit, and I sensed his agitation. I listened in and observed my own thoughts and feelings. I was happily unattached to the situation. An alternative exit soon showed up and Jeremy took it. Within moments, we were winding through the most stunning countryside I'd ever seen. There were hardly any other cars on the road as we meandered through quaint cottage-lined villages separated by beautiful rolling fields of varying hues of yellows and greens. Nothing fuels my soul like the English countryside, and I felt my spirit uplift. I was already pretty high, but this was internal joy on a whole other level. I felt replete with well-being. My head was like it was on a swivel as I feasted on the views on every side of the car. It was ecstasy. Suddenly, the words, "I did this," popped into my head. I did this. I felt my heart expanding as I realized that I was a cooperative component in creating this joyful moment. I had realized this moment, manifested it, and more importantly, perceived it fully because I was in that high vibration place of receiving. The week-long break that followed was perfect in every way. The cottage was picture perfect. The sun shone every single day. I ran every morning with my son and Jeremy, and we all chatted and laughed and had a wonderful time. The words, "I did this," kept popping into my head, and I'd find myself smiling to myself and feeling a warmth that felt like liquid love. What became clear to me as a result of this experience that I was receiving joy more fully. Yes, I was making progress. Yes, I was reducing my debt balance. Yes, I was signing clients and making more money than I ever had before. Yes, I knew what to do in the face of resistance and self sabotage. But the real breakthrough, my capacity for receiving and perceiving joy was greater than I'd ever allowed it to be. I was expanded. In that expanded space was total self acceptance. I had moved my needle from shame and self loathing to worthiness and love, from not enough to more than enough, and from chaos and burnout to calm and balance. We returned home from the holiday and I got back to business. Within a matter of weeks, I was celebrating smashing my monthly target. I made £29,000 that month, to be exact. I cleared my overdraft, my second largest credit card, and I set up a standing order to pay mum back. I also invested in another type of joy too. I booked a 4-day mini break to Portugal and a trip to visit with Infinite Intelligence, aka Abraham Hicks in Amsterdam. My journaling took on a different tone at this point. I was doing a lot less scrutinizing and analyzing as I caught up with myself and allowed myself to settle into this new, expanded sense of self. My daily journaling became more like positive streams of consciousness as I allowed my joy and excitement to guide my fingers on the keyboard. The words became repetitive, high energy, and high vibration, and I just allowed whatever was flowing through me to be written on the page. Journal excerpt day 167. I'm not yet fully debt free, but I have reached the state of being paid in full in every other way. My cup is full. It's so freaking exciting. I get it now. There is no hurry. Everything has a divine timing, and I'm still on my journey. My new truth and reality are that I am wealthy, worthy, and wise. I feel my whole body light up as I know that my new truth and my new reality is that I am worthy, wealthy, and wise. This is it. I am a powerful creator of my reality, and I am excited to play games with the universe. I get to choose from the catalogue of the universe anything and everything I desire, safe and secure in the knowledge that I can create it. I'm so happy and grateful for every experience I have lived up to now that has made me wise to my worthiness. I am grateful to every one of my amazing clients who I love so much, spirited women determined to achieve incredible results. I'm here to guide and support them, and I'm excited for them. I love and respect them as they love and respect me. I love being creative and expressive and expansive. I know that I am growing and becoming the person that I was always born to be. I am happy and whole exactly as I am. My life is a success, and I am successful now. I am creating my reality and playing the game of life. I love knowing that every step of my journey enables me to become stronger in my capacity to help others. I love supporting others as I myself am supported. I am loved. I am worthy. I am a worthy and wealthy woman. I am expanding every single day. Every single day, I am expanding my perceptions of what is possible for me. I am a powerful creator. I get it. I get it. I am a powerful creator and I attract in everything that is a match to my dominant vibration. I am vibrating at the frequency of wealth, joy, and abundance. I am having fun. I expect everything that I want to come to me. Maybe not today and maybe not tomorrow, but it's coming. All of the cooperative components are gathering and joining forces, and I am open and noticing all the possibilities and the infinite potential of the amazing infinite intelligence in which we are all existing. Everything I want exists in potential, and as I focus, I gather the energy to create anything and everything I want. I am almighty powerful. The God in me is my own intelligent power. The God in me is me. The God in me is me. I have the ability and wherewithal to solve all of my problems. I just have to listen, observe, and take note of how I feel and what my intuition is telling me, and then I am guided. I am guided. The God in me is me. I am floating in a universe of infinite possibilities and potential, and as I focus my intention and attention, I become a deliberate creator. I will experience my desires because I choose to, and when I focus deliberately, I create it. I draw all of the cooperative components and their matching frequencies that cause it to become visible to me. I am a powerful creator, and what I believe is what I perceive. I choose to believe in my wealth and prosperity. It's already done. And as soon as my focused and dominant vibration becomes a match, I will experience it with my senses. I love my life. I love this life. End of journal excerpt. At this point, I started to feel like I wanted to share what I had learned so far, and while there was still some remaining debt, I knew that was okay. I used to think there would be no value in publishing a book to help others become free of debt if I hadn't yet attained that position. I believed that I'd be lacking in integrity, in fact. I came to realize that that was just not true. I had gained so much more in this process than simply becoming debt-free, and I hope if you follow this and take the actions, you will experience this value too. The point is that you can change your mindset so that you're no longer unconsciously perpetuating debt. You can eliminate the burden of shame and neutralize the intense negative emotions that you have around money and debt, thereby ending the suffering. You can recognize and release your limiting patterns of thought that diminish your potential. You can forgive yourself and move into a state of self-compassion and self-acceptance. You can expand your capacity to experience joy in your day-to-day and spend time appreciating the creative role you play in all of your happy moments. You can trust your instincts, your impulses, and your emotional guidance system. You can develop an empowered state of mind that fuels your confidence to take positive action and respond to what feels right and good. And you can enjoy the journey of reducing your debt balance without postponing joy. That, in fact, when you are in joy, doing what you love and taking inspired action that feels good, you have already achieved your true desired state. And so it is. Love, Sanae. A final word. Paid in full and prospering. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this account of my journey, but more than that, I hope that you've applied the processes I've shared here for yourself and started reaping the benefits. Self-awareness is the greatest gift that you can give yourself, and through the processes that are here, you can transcend the negatively charged emotions that you feel around debt in order to truly prosper. However, it's not always easy going it alone. We all need some support, some guidance and accountability. And this is why I created and want to invite you to check out my Paid in Full and Prospering Academy. I'll share the link below this recording. I guide you step by step through the processes that I share in this book, including different modalities and new techniques and processes that I've discovered since to really support you to up-level your frequency, your mindset, your vibration, clear any of the blocks that are causing you to feel stuck around money and debt, and really step into that wonderful state of being paid in full and prospering. I hope you join me. In the meantime, thank you again so much for listening. And remember, you are a powerful creator.